Hey, good morning, or whatever time it is when you're getting this. My name is Dr. Cheryl Meyer, and I help you navigate through your life. I used to say through your spiritual awakening, and all of life is a spiritual awakening. Today we're going to talk about, selling out again, and not selling out, and learning how to not do that. Learning how to, because it's easy to sell out, you guys. That's the easy road. Why do you want to take the easy road? You're worth more than the easy road. All right? I don't know how I'll set my camera up. I was gonna, maybe I'll take you with me. Because I had it in my vision to do a handstand, but then you won't see it. Maybe I'll do both. No, I'll take you with me. I'll just put the camera like this. All right? I don't know how. Let's see if you can see my feet. All right. You didn't quite see the handstand. Thank you, Tree. Look. But I have handstands on some of my other videos to show, like, honestly, because I don't care if I look like a fool, you know? Sometimes we got to go through this world and look upside down. And yeah, people will leave you and people will, not understand you, misunderstand you. And make fun of you and mock you and ghost you and not talk to you and block you out and whatever else. That's on them. That's on them. All right. What I was getting so strongly this morning is to teach people how to let go of connecting your worth to that. Let go of connecting your worth. Your value of yourself. Look, it's very simple. All right. Is when you're a little child, you get your worth from your parents. It's called mirroring. You know, you look at them, and if they smile back and show you you're worth loving and show you affection and pick you up and hug you and feed you, then you feel all this worth. All right. But after you get into about 3 or 4, your personality starts showing up, and your parents, whatever insecurities they have about themselves, start seeing themselves in you. And my shirt keeps reflecting in I can't see, anyway, it doesn't matter, I don't have to see. They can't, that's so funny because we're talking about mirroring. My polka dots keep showing up on my screen, so it's like blinding me, but it's the same thing. Look at this tree, this is important. I'm not just saying it to look at it. Look at the leaves and the flowers. And listen to the birds. Listen. If we don't stop and connect and listen, we're missing life. This is what's going on with you. You're missing your own value and your own worth. You don't know it. Because what I was saying is when you're a little child, right? And your personality starts showing up and your parents are insecure about their own stuff and their own faults because they're measuring their worth externally by what people think about them or what their own parents thought about them, and back and back and back. And they're trying to earn their worth, right? Any moment you can just be present with the sun. You know, the sun shines everywhere. You can just be present. And let the sun shine in your face. And the sun will remind you of what is true. What is true is that the divine love allows the sun to shine on all of us, right? So go back to your parents. They're insecure. They start seeing your faults, and they start seeing actually their own faults by whatever you're doing. You could make innocent mistakes. mistakes. It's just a mistake. You're learning, you're a little kid. But because the parent is so insecure, and I know because I'm a parent too, and I know because I experienced this as a child, but they can get so mad at the way you're doing something. Or let's a quick example is like, you know, my parents like put all of this stuff on me. Like I felt like it was my responsibility to clean up the world, you know, the world of all their problems. I had to take them on and try to make them feel better about themselves and all this stuff. And so it's like, you know, when we had a puppy and my kids like let the dog go out and all this poop that was in the backyard, and she came back in and she just brought it all over the floor everywhere. I was just like, I lost it. I remember, you know, and I apologized to them, and I figured out what it was. I was just like, it was just this picture of like someone, you know, was allowing crap to be all over the floor. And that's what I felt like my childhood was, because I'm a little dramatic, you know. And that's just what it felt like. It felt so intense like that in my childhood. But how do we take this? Let's go back to, and so you see how I could have got so mad at my kids, but I was mad at something completely different. But unless I stopped myself and worked it out with them, and I told them this was not you, okay? My anger was not about you. My anger that just came up was about how helpless I felt in childhood. And, you know, poor them. If I wasn't a psychologist and I didn't know how to process that with them, you know, they could feel the impact of being such bad children, like all of the weight of all of the times people have hurt me in my past got placed out on them in that moment, you know? And if we weren't there to debrief it and process it and help them, you know, I'm like, I pray God help them, you know, God, you got to help them through my faults and all this stuff. But so we're not perfect, and these things come up, and these things come up for you. And, you know, but what I'm saying about that is we learn then to get our worth from these other people. And so then we learn to do our tap dance and try to please them and try to satisfy them and try to heal. You know, we feel bad for their old wounds. Like if my kids felt really bad about how painful that was to me, you know, that came up. And they kept trying to think it was their job to fix it. It's not their job to fix it, you know? But so what happens, I'm just describing the psychological process, the psychology of, you know, being a people pleaser, and why we do that, and why we attach our worth then we attach our worth to society. We attach our worth to, like, if people say, oh yeah, you got to get this many women, or you got to get this many guys, or you got to have someone hot next to you, or you got to, you know, you got to look like this, or act like this, or act macho, or act, you know, like a bad bee, you know, whatever. I won't say in case there's kids around, whatever. You know, someone called me that last night. I'm like, yep, you know it. But in such a good way, you know, because I'm coming into my own self and learning how to shine as my own person, just like I want you guys to shine as your own person. I want you to detach from all of this. It doesn't have to be your identity anymore. And so I'm reverse engineering. I'm understanding. Like, I got all the schooling and I've been a psychologist for 20 years, but I'm bringing it into normal words for us to understand that it's easy to conform and understand why you're conforming, and understand who it's hurting when you're conforming. Because when I sell myself out, oh, there's a bird right there. When I sell myself out, right? And it's the sweetest bird. And I sell out to try to fit in, you know, to try to be what the world says is cool, or try to feed my own flesh. My flesh says, hey, this would be cool to take this right now. And I'm just like, no, you know what? That's not ultimately cool. It might feel good in the moment, but I'm not gonna sell myself out. Because when you sell yourself out, listen, right? If you want to, if not, go away. But you're worth it. You're worth it. I'm giving this to you. When you sell yourself out, you're saying you are an object for me to use. And I just want you to look this way and act this way and conform to all these people or conform to these people, you know, in order to try to get along. Like, listen to what is truth, learn what is wise, do what's wise, learn what is true. Like, I'm not saying conform to like, I just want to be careful what I'm saying. Like, some people will conform and try to look like a certain religious ideal, and they're not understanding the relationship underneath that. They're not getting that, you know, it's important to always act within integrity and learn what that is. And you'll learn what that is. Oh, it's 11:11 now. You'll learn what that is when you let go of attaching your worth to your actions and to what everyone else says to do. There's just so much going on in my mind that I'm filtering how to say it to you. So just let go of your mind sometimes. Be present. It's scary to be in the present moment. I tell you, it's very scary. But that's where God is. God says, be still and know, you know? And God is love. And we're afraid to be in that present moment because we've been rejected before when we were quiet and just our own selves, you know? And so watch what happens when you're quiet, you know? I kept thinking on the way here how often I cried during my guitar lessons, you know, because I felt like an idiot. I was learning something different and it seemed overwhelming. It seemed too hard for me. And it's just guitar lessons, you know, it's a hobby. It's not my job. And though it may be in the future, part of it, but I would cry, and my guitar teacher knows me and has seen me cry, and then he would back off. He's the sweetest guy, like just an amazing musician and person, you know, but it's like, how would he get me to go to the next level and go with me through my tears and not completely back off and go, oh, let's not learn anything because that's hard for you, because you feel like, I was singing Beck's song, I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me, you know? And so it's just like that feeling. It's like that feeling you have to go through, feeling like a loser in order to get to the other side of this. And, you know, we're so afraid of doing that because we were so rejected in childhood. But it's like, who cares anymore? Let go of all of that. Not who cares. It's like, you're worth more. You're worth getting to the other side. And if you feel insecure at first, or feel like an idiot, or like you don't know how to ask a really intelligent woman out, like, learn by trial and error. Don't worry about me. I got plenty of people asking, but learn, you know. It's like, hey Jude, if you want her, go out and get her. Remember to let her into your heart. Okay, I gotta go. I'm keeping this under 15. I wish you so much love, and just re-listen to this. Take it into your heart and you'll get from it. You will. I wish you so much love.